right, so this is the Poolesville Road Race that took place on April 26, 2025. This is the men's category 4-5 race. What can I tell you? It rained on us. We pulled into Poolesville High School and it started to pour. And it sucked. The reason it sucked is because as I was warming up, trying to, not freak out or anything, because there are some tough turns in this race, especially the one going downhill, going into the gravel section that's 2 miles long. It's hard. It's hard when it's dry, especially when you have all this amount of people racing into that corner. The other portion of it was that as I was warming up in the high school parking lot, I have rim brakes with carbon fiber wheels, and the braking was very, very limited. It really didn't want to brake. So that was one thing that, again, just had me worried. Already knowing that it's a tough race with a lot of people, a lot of turns, some sections that get very, very narrow, and again, this gravel section that occurs. So at first we start with a neutral start, probably like a quarter of a mile, and now we are in it. This is the race. We have this straightaway that keeps going for a while. The footage is going to be very muddy because, again, we get into a gravel section. We're not going to be able to see. You're going to see what I saw, what my glasses saw. It got muddy. It got gritty. I had a nice smoothie in my mouth of just grit. Over here, I swear it happened in the first lap. It could have been in the second lap. Someone with a red jersey. Not 100% sure, but I know it was a red jersey. Did not tighten the wheels properly, and they were shaking uncontrollably, keeping control of the bike, which I'm glad they did, and they pulled the side, and were able to fix it. But just a quick reminder to everyone to make sure that, hey, if you've taken off your wheel, just check your equipment before a race. Again, just to prevent any accidents, any injuries to yourself, to fellow riders, everything like that. I was really, really excited to be racing with so many teammates in this category 4-5 race. So we had as our race team, Matthew Hurahan, Trey Ottaway, Jesper Frant, Sam Brummett, Jeffrey Harner, and myself, David Ramirez. Myron Segal was not able to join us, but I do want to do a quick shout out as well to our other Route 1 Velo teammates racing on the 3-4 category that were ahead of us by 5 minutes because they started at 8:15 while we started at 8:20. And those are Nils Martin and Edwin Hiraldo. So they had their own race. They were going hard in front of us. But the other people that we had that had a huge, huge turnout was actually Giro di Coppi, or Squadra Coppi, I should say. They had 11 racers joining. I know that the bib number 662, because I recall it, we were shoulder to shoulder for a good portion of the race. So again, just one of those things that you have fun. You just notice the bibs. You have conversations as the race goes on and everything. I know there was a lot of NCVC people as well. Oh, and there is actually right there the wobbling of the front wheel. It was an NCVC rider. So my apologies, thinking that it was someone in red. They did have a little bit of red in their jersey, but I'm glad they were able to save it right there and then. So again, please make sure that you check your equipment because it can cause an accident. With the speeds that we're going, the amount of people, there's just not enough space or room to do anything. Here we are going into our first turn. Again, in a way, it was kind of a blessing to have the rain because I think people really respected the turns, all of the turns to be precise. People were announcing way before the turn, saying if it was right turn, left turn. And again, in the gravel section later on, you'll hear everybody. Everyone seemed very respectful, trying to go slow. That causes other things to happen. In this first lap, especially because it is raining, there is a lot of water. We're getting sprayed on. It didn't feel that cold. It felt okay, just regular temperature and everything, but it was annoying to get that in your glasses, get it in your face and everything. But we had to go with what the weather was giving us. It was hard to move up. I felt that I started really, really well at the beginning of the race, but for some weird reason, I just started going backwards, and it was hard to move up. Really, really hard. I know at some points in this race, I am with Jesper, my teammate, and we are both trying to move up, and there is no way, shape, or form. We just try. Who ends up going really, really well is Jeff. He does an incredible job at staying up there. Bravo to him. And did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. I know Sam is with me as well. Trey at some point gets a mechanical. I didn't even notice when he stays back or anything like that. I was trying to keep an eye on him because I know he is very, very strong, as well as Jesper in the gravel section. We all did great. I just know that they do a lot of cyclocross and everything. Matt Hurahan as well. So my eyes are trying to stay. My whole game plan was to try to stay with the team. Try to form a train, be close, hopefully be towards the front. It's, again, just hard. You can see this. There is nowhere to move. I try to go to the right. I try to go to the middle. I try to go to the left. I was respecting the yellow line. Later on, you'll hear some people get yelled at by fellow racers, just saying like, hey, respect the yellow line. Of course, we could all move up if we could use the whole road and everything like that, but we're not supposed to. It was told by us it could be dangerous because there's traffic coming from the other side and everything. So again, it would be awesome to be able to use the whole road, but we can't. We're not supposed to. And it makes it difficult, especially with a race like this where the first lap was relatively slow. It was relatively easy. You can see 0 watts right there. I know turn should be coming up. Everyone's bunching up. And we are going to drill it. Let's start drilling at 500 watts, 600 watts. And here comes another turn. 800 watts. And there's a gap forming. I don't want to see that gap. But I know people are going to be slowing down. I prefer to stay upright. It's all good. I am not a pro. I am not racing for money or anything like that. I want to make sure that I am safe and everyone else is safe. So to me, at this point, let me get a feel for the bike. Let me get a feel for my brakes. Because again, I know that when I was pressing on the brakes, there was a lot of slipping going on. I wish I had hydraulic brakes. I wish I had disc brakes. They would make a huge difference in this race, in this weather. All right. So one of the big things here during this race is that it seems somewhat easy. It felt like I wasn't putting that much power or anything like that during, especially this portion that we covered so far. You can see there right now 0 watts, but there is a lot of acceleration. There is a lot of braking. I feel later on during the race there's actually more braking. Maybe some excessive braking. I know there's that accordion effect that can happen. We're all trying to be as aerodynamic as possible, be close to that wheel in front of you. But it's one of those things where it gets sketchy. There's people that start yelling at the person in front, like, why are you braking so hard? All those things. It's just a part of racing. You got to be aware of that. It's tough. All these little uphill sections, again, you saw 600 watts. I was trying to make sure that I was there with everyone. It was important for me to try to stay there. I know there's going to be two big hills, especially one very, very steep one after the gravel section, that is going to kick my behind. I know that for a fact. We have a quick shout out to Fed Hill Cycling, all our friends over there in Fed Hill Cycling. So I know the jersey that just popped over there is Elmer. So again, that is one big thing that we've gone. Edwin, Ernesto, and I gone and trained with them a few times, and they're just a blast. We have as well, I know I was going to say that the bib number 662, who later on you'll see towards the right-hand side, I spend a lot of time next to him, Michael Inman. Huge shout out to him. He beat me. He managed to do a better job in the gravel section than I was. You'll see this later on, what exactly happens. I'll talk more in depth about it. I don't necessarily want to talk throughout this whole race because it is a long race. It is 1 hour and 21 minutes. There really isn't anything going on. Again, there's going to be a lot of slowing down, good pacing, hard to move up. Again, you can see slamming of the brakes, then accelerate, slamming of the brakes, acceleration. So in this part, there might be some sections where I might just let it roll, not comment anything. I'm going to save your ears by turning down the volume from the audio of the GoPro because there is nothing really. It is tough to listen in. It's basically white noise of just everything going on. So just bear with me, please. All right, so here, we're finally coming into the gravel section, and you can see people are slowing down, like that sign said. We have the people to the left that are volunteering to help with the race, with the flags, making sure that everyone is slowing down. Everyone starts yelling out, slowing down. I remember saying, hey, turns here. Everyone really took this turn really, really easy. The right-hand side, without a doubt, was the best way to go. In the second lap, I go a little bit wider, and that part was tough. It was difficult because it seemed like it was maybe like your tires dug in a little bit more. You felt unstable. And now this is part of the gravel section, and this is what you're going to see, a lot of mud on this. So again, I felt like I was going to cut this part out, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, you can at least see the numbers, hear what's going on, see what's kind of going on. One of the blessings as well of the rain was that you had the puddles and you knew where you could see a lot easier where the bumps were, the holes were, things like that. There was one massive one where I recall two people and myself doing a cool bunny hop on it. There was one section where on the left-hand side coming up to a turn where some people avoided it last second and almost went or maybe went a little bit off the road. Luckily kept it upright, all good. But again, it's just tough. And you can see how tough it is with all this mud because that's how our glasses, everyone's glasses was looking like. I was in that lap trying to clean it with my finger and everything, but at the same time, I realized that it's not only dirty on the outside, but the mud somehow made it to the inside of the glasses and made it really, really tough to clean. Especially because, again, I was on the drops most of that ride, of that race, just to be safe. Again, with my brakes and everything, I wanted to make sure that I was able to press on the brakes harder if I needed to in any second, in any split second, just to keep everyone safe, keep myself safe. I saw someone pedaling on the right-hand side. So, again, sorry about this. Nothing I can do. I was focused on keeping my hands, looking at the road, preventing bumps, trying to stick on a wheel because some people were going hard in these sections. And I probably lost a lot of ground. Maybe not on this lap, but definitely on the second and third lap. So, again, sorry about this, everybody, that the footage isn't better. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess just to pass some time with all of this mud that you're seeing. That seems awesome. And I heard some yelling. I guess we might be coming up to the right-hand turn now. Maybe not. Again, all I can see is the light in front of me. Oh, we are. We are on the road. Look, and even luckily those raindrops are helping clear up the lens so we can see a little bit better. Just a little bit better. And here comes the toughest section, at least for me, because this hill is steep. And I mean really, really steep. And for me, unfortunately, my power to weight ratio is not there because of the weight. Not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it. So when you go from 0% grade and you know you got to start cranking it up, going 400, 500 watts. I don't know why the percent grade isn't working here, but trust me, it is tough. Oh, there we go. It's finally kicking in. 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, going at 400 watts, 500 watts, 7 miles an hour. Whoa. Again, some people are just amazing. They have that power to weight ratio. Great. Awesome. For me, it kicks my butt. And I'm making sure that I don't stop pedaling, that I close the gap immediately, because I know for myself that gap will grow and it will grow quick. So I'm just trying to be as smart as possible. If I need to burn a match, now is the time to burn a match. Luckily, again, I think everyone just wants to feel comfortable, get used to this rain, get used to this road, do their first lap, and it's not too bad. Again, now it's a little bit downhill, just doing 200 watts, 0 watts. I catch up to the lead group. I'm good. I need where I need to be. I wish I could move up, but again, it's difficult to do. But just to talk a little bit about everyone that is racing, we had, I think it was 75 racers. So taking this time to acknowledge some of them, or might as well, let's do all of them. Luis Casa for 626 Bike Club, Mark Perks for Artemis Racing, John Holt for Artemis Racing, Linus Owen for Baltimore Bicycle Works Racing, Keith Uram as well, Carson Drew for Baltimore Bicycle Works Racing, Nolan Sands for BYC, Baltimore Youth Cycling, Axel Semino, Baltimore Youth Cycling, Ryder Newell, Baltimore Youth Cycling. All of these young fellows crushing it. Greg Chapcrank, sorry if I mispronounced that terribly, BBWR, Jonas for Bike Doctor Juniors, Gabriel Murray, Bike Doctor, Michael O'Grady, Bike Doctor, Jack Zamery, College of William and Mary. We had Paul Chase for Equip Racing, Elmer for Fed Hill Cycling, Anthony Trueheart getting it in Cyclist, Sylvester Colum getting it in Cyclist, Chris Mead for Jefferson Velo, Eric Anderson for, I guess he is not with a team, Eddie Gilman for Meta, Joseph McHugh, NCVC, Trevor Alvord for NCVC, Parker Gardner, NCVC. Huge shout out to Parker Gardner because we worked together for the last lap. He did an amazing race. This was actually his first race. And man, again, this is a tough race. It is a long course, 32 miles, 33 miles long. It's an hour and 30 minutes, a little bit over an hour and 30 minutes. So shout out to him, and especially with the gravel section, it's scary. You've seen it, or you saw a lot of mud for it. Trust us when we say it, especially going into it. Let me see where I left off exactly. All right, Parker Gardner. Robert Howard for NCVC, David New, NCVC, James McAuliffe, Bruce Johnson, both NCVC. Jeffrey Breeden, Alex Breeden for Otterhouse, Nicholas Kalenko for Pete's Garage, Raul Bush for Rescue Racing, Ellie Cooperman, Rock Creek Velo. Again, all three of these are going to be Rock Creek Velo. They did a great job, these young fellows. Ellie Cooperman, Samuel Small, Francis Sanchez. Our Route 1 Velo team, again, I'm going to make a huge shout out to everyone. Matthew Hurahan, Trey Ottaway, Jesper Frent, Sam Brummett, Jeffrey Harner, myself, David Ramirez. We had Mattia Bonomo, Squadrocopi, Steve Dorr, Squadrocopi. Again, there's going to be 11 Squadrocopi. Reed Hopwood, Matthew Mason, Keenan Novice, Antonio Ortiz, Michael Inman, Matt Buckley, Michael Heisung, Brad Tonison, Austin Davis. Then Team Espresso Cycling Coach is Jackson Weiss, Christopher Kimberly, Team Otterhouse, Brody Ruland, Peel Journal, Zach Fleming, Velo John Racing, Jason Davidson, Whole Wheel Velo Club, as well as Joso Carreño, Whole Wheel Velo Club. And then we had some people that were not tied with a team, Dim Stork, Josh Ainley, Ed Whedon, David Wilson, Charlie Ginn, Eric Eichenbury, Perry Hargis, Robert Verk, Silvio Kravaric, David Roos, William Guest, Brian Rim, Brian Curtin, Thomas Cooney, Malik Obeidallah, Sahand Minay. So that is all the racers. Sorry it took so long. But again, we have an hour and 20 minutes. Might as well give a shout out to everybody. This section of the race, here comes a little bit of rollers. There's some sections that, or one port, and I think it's currently this one, where the climb is a little bit longer. It's tough. I see Jeff right in front of me. Two people ahead of me. Jesper is exactly right in front of me, and in front of him is Jeff. Again, Jeff doing an incredible job, staying in a great position. Jesper and I trying to move up. We are doing our best. We're feeling great. We're feeling good. 162 beats per minute. But again, it is tight. Nowhere to go. I mean, yes, we would squeeze in. We would go to the right. Was it worth the risk sometimes? Not really. To just get one bicycle ahead of you or two cyclists ahead of you, and then guess what? The right side would get closed down because of the road getting narrower, just bumps, not good pavement. It's not easy. There goes Jesper. Again, he goes on the right-hand side. I know one of the Baltimore youth cycling kids was most of the time on the right side. We, with Jesper, were trying to move up, but again, it was just not happening. I knew that the section that was going to happen and that you could possibly move up a little bit easier was going to be the gravel section. And most likely it was going to be in the third lap. Maybe even the second lap because it stops raining. Still, a lot of spray. It's all good. Hey, Sam, what's up over there? My teammate Sam, who just blistering, man, just look at that. Looking so strong. Wishing, like myself, that we were ahead. further up in that peloton, but it is what it is. Shame on us. We should learn better and make sure that we keep ourselves there. Again, I don't know. I hate saying this as an excuse and everything because it seems to happen to me a lot. I lose position. I am not good. I try my best. I say this to myself every single race. Stay up there. Stay up there. Some I do a better job. Some I don't. In this one, honestly, I wanted to be safe. So it was tough because I knew in the back it's not the safest. I could be taken back, like what's happening right now. It's the accordion effect. They start going, I lose momentum, I gotta crank out more watts and hope that I don't get dropped, because in the past, especially in this race, I know that I have gotten dropped, and I was lucky enough 2 years ago to have a very strong teammate from Route 1 Velo and 3 Cordillera Cycling, Ernesto, who was able to help me get back to the group. And it took us a solid half a lap, maybe 3/4 of the lap, because someone going into the gravel section lost control, and we were able to not fall, save the bike, but we lost all momentum, and it was just chasing down from that point on. And luckily Ernesto was able to help me. I was able to catch on for the last lap, and I managed to make podium. I made 5th place 2 years ago, so super pumped for such a difficult race, and I owe it all to my teammate. It was both of us working hard, but especially him, of making sure that we were there and we reached the group. So just a brief story right there. But Sam doing a great job being up there, staying connected to the group. I, again, just trying to stay with the group, trying to move up, not doing the best of job, honestly. Just Sam's ahead of me. I can see still Jesper right there with the greenish blue jersey. We haven't moved. You have cars to the left. It is what it is. It's tough. It's one of those things where you know you have great legs. Why didn't I do a harder job at the beginning to make sure that I didn't lose position? I don't know. It's that washing machine effect that everyone talks about in all those different YouTube channels. Before you know it, you just keep moving back and back, and it's easy to move back. But to move up, it is tough. It is really, really tough. And again, you have puddles to the right. You have a lot of bumps to the right, all over the place. So again, yeah, the right seems like you can move up. Jesper probably stayed most of the time on the right-hand side. I would go back and forth. I'd follow Sam. I'd follow him. Jeff, again, is right in front of us. Seems so close, but yet so far. Wondering where Matt is, because we all know that Matt is very, very strong. We wanted to help out. We wanted to do our part. Help each other out as teammates. I thought Trey was up there. Trey had the mechanical. Never noticed that. Never noticed him to the side. I was just so focused on the wheel in front in case there was some slamming of the brakes. It is what it is. So this is coming up to the final where the finish line is. We're 200 meters away. There's a little sign to the right-hand side. Again, 2 years ago when I came in 5th place, a lot of people kind of forgot where the start-finish line was, because we started off neutral from the church, made our way there. So again, we just passed it. I'm towards the back. It's not good. We're coming up to this turn over here, and everyone knows that it is a very, very sharp right turn. Right there on the left-hand side with that red umbrella. Huge shout out to my number one cheerleader, Monica Palacios, screaming, yelling for all of our Route 1 Velo teammates in this rain. huge, huge shout out. Thank you so much. Hearing you yell, scream, cheer us on just gives us an extra 100 watts, at least for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And it feels awesome. It just gives us a refreshing energy. Sean was there as well. Huge, huge shout out to our other teammate, Sean Hurahan, Matt's dad, who helped me tremendously in, again, calming me down because I was, again, nervous with my brakes. I knew it was raining. It was pouring. What PSI should I use? I'm riding tubes. So I had him at 80. Should I go lower? Should I just have the front maybe a little bit lower? Is it going to have it too low where I'm going to have rolling resistance? All those things. He ends up telling me 75. We go with 75. I trust him. Great call. It felt awesome. Again, that helped me feel better about racing. I know over here at Jesper, I say to him, what a stressful race. I was pins and needles. Again, seeing how my brakes were working, knowing the rain, knowing that we're a huge group, how this race is with those turns with the gravel section, again, that downhill portion with the gravel section, I was nervous. I felt like my heart rate was never under 180, but clearly it was. But that stress definitely tightened up my back, tightened up all my muscles. I was focused in every way, shape, or form possible. And here is when something happens where we slowed down. And I shout out to Pink. What a great save, because he does a great job in just moving out of the way because everyone braked so hard that he had no other choice. It was slamming into it. Oh, there we go. Or going to the right-hand side. Luckily, there was no one to the right. Again, right there, as he shakes his head, I'm yelling out, great save, Pink, because he did a great job. It was scary. And again, we had situations like that throughout. I know there was actually 2 people racing with gravel bikes. One had a Velo gravel bike that was gold, and the other one had a Trek gravel bike that was gold as well. So I'm with them the whole time. We'll probably start seeing them because I feel like the second lap was when I really was with the same group of people. Here it's crazy because the effort, maybe because we're cruising this portion of the course is downhill. There's not much effort done. It didn't feel like we were going that fast. But now looking at the footage, looking at the data, we're going 28 miles an hour. And again, I know we're going downhill, but it didn't feel like we were going that fast. Again, maybe because it was raining, it might have had an effect on me, just so focused, whatever the case is. But we're cranking out, and now everyone's feeling more comfortable, probably because the rain stopped. We already have a lap under our belt. We are going hard, 400 watts, 600 watts coming out of every single corner. You're going to see that. Oh, and talking about the gravel bike, the gold gravel bike, there's one of them. Jesper, I want to make sure that I am with my teammate. I know Jesper is really strong. He's a strong cyclocross person. He's a strong just teammate and very, very smart. So I want to make sure that I am close with him and on his wheel. Not doing the best job right now, but I want to make sure that I don't lose sight of him. And if he's able to move up, I want to be able to move up with him. And Sam is probably thinking exactly the same thing as he comes to the left-hand side and making sure that he's right behind Jesper. So we all know our strengths. We know how we're trying to work better as a team and everything. Again, we are trying to do our best. My whole strategy was to be as a team, follow teammates, make sure that we had a train if possible. It's tough in this road race compared to a criterium race, just because the laps are shorter and everything. I feel like because you get all those laps under your belt, you go a little bit faster. And here, it's a little bit different, right? There's some sections that are clear and obvious that you remember, oh yeah, there's going to be a right turn coming up. But in these sections, like this point, you know there's a turn coming up, but is it right? Is it left? Is it now? Oh wait, no, it's not now. It's further down. How much further down? All things that go through your mind. But this is all just, again, part of the road racing. And yeah, I think that this is the part where some people get frustrated and they start not obeying the yellow line, and people start yelling out to them, because again, it's easy to move up if there's no yellow line rule. If that was the case, I feel a lot of us would do that, and we'd easily be in the front and making sure that we stay up front. And if we come back, oh, we've got another side that we can go and move quickly up front. That's not the case. So, oh, and here's 662. We go for a while together. All right, so I know we're coming up to a corner. This person to the middle, Girodocopi, he gets a flat, is yelling out, flat, flat, flat. I'm guessing it was in his front wheel. He's trying to make sure that he keeps control of the bike. Typically, I know that when I've raced in some of the Masters races, when you are with category 1, 2, 3, 4, preferably you want to raise your hand, keep yelling, make sure that you stay exactly like that Girodocopi person did. Don't try to move, just stay there, let people pass you. So great job in doing that. I feel bad. I hate when people get mechanicals, get flats, because you could be racing so well, and that unfortunately has to happen. So it sucks. I feel bad, again, even for Trey, not even noticing when he had his mechanical or anything. But right now, here in this section, and Sam's next to me, close to me. I see Jesper. I'm seeing Jeff the whole time. I know Matt, and at this point, again, I'm thinking Trey are up there in great position. That's awesome. I can see everyone. I can see everyone in the front. It's okay. For me, it's, again, okay in this portion. I'm hoping, like, hey, I'm going to be able to do something soon and move up. I know there's going to be a section where I can burn some matches, make a huge effort, and get as high up front as I can. So we try to do that. All right, so I am pretty sure that we are somewhat close to the gravel section. Again, the course is so long, 11 miles, you kind of think you're in one section, but you're not. You take this turn and you're like, oh, I swear this was going to come up, or I swore this was the left-hand turn, and then it's the right-hand turn, and it's the opposite. It's a long course. It's fun. It's beautiful. There's a lot of times where I've come here, left from Georgetown, go through MacArthur Boulevard, made my way all the way up to Sugarloaf Mountain, come back, and we hit some of these sections over here because it's awesome. You're by farms. You see cows. There's cows to the left. Trust me when I tell you, there was... It's just a great place. It's fun. You feel like you are just breathing fresh air. In this case, yes, but there was grit in your mouth as well. So here, let's see. See, this is exactly it. I thought this was going to be the gravel section, and I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I will be able to know soon if there is a little sign that says slow coming up. Yep, here we go. So we are going into the gravel section. We saw the slow. Jesper immediately puts his hound to the right. Just, again, people start yelling. I'm yelling, hey, let's slow down. Let's make sure we all get through this and everything. Remember, the first lap, I took it in the inside. Jesper is closer to the inside. I decided to go a little bit wider, and my wheels just dig in. I am not in the right gear because I didn't think I was going to slow down that much. So, I wouldn't say poor decision. I just didn't know. I didn't realize that the gravel portion of it was going to be like that going into it. So it's just tough. It's tough. Now I know for the third lap, hey, I'm not going to take that line. I'm going to make sure that I stay into the middle to inside of it. Again, sorry for this muddy video. There's nothing I could have done. I could have tried to wipe it with my hand, but that wasn't going to work out because, as you're saying, there's just more things that are getting splattered and splattered. In this occasion, I believe I am mostly on the left-hand side, where on the first lap I was on the right side. Just trying to see how this one is. I think there was more people on the left-hand side as well, so it was easier for me to draft. That's why I think you're seeing how my vision is of this. And again, it was tough because that's how the glasses were. And again, even though I was I would clean them off with my hand, it didn't really matter because guess what? It's in the inside of the glasses as well. So anything that I was doing in the outside, it helped a little bit, but the inside was the worst. There really was no time to try to rinse them off or anything like that. I know Jesper took off his glasses during the rest of the race. I always need to wear glasses. I just feel safer just in case Pebble, a cool insect, decides to fly into my eye. Knowing my luck, that's happened before. So, yeah, I'm just trying to be cautious, be smart about this, not lose wheels, going hard. At least it feels like it. 180, 200 watts, going 22 miles an hour. It's tough. There is some holes and everything. Right there you saw I cranked out like 400 watts. Wish I could tell you what section I was in the gravel portion, but I can't. Because again, this is what we're seeing. This is how it's looking like. Oh, thank you. Drop of water. Trying to somewhat clear, and I see someone to the right-hand side. It's definitely, we're still in the gravel section. Look, 500 watts. 400 watts. I'm making sure that I'm trying to not lose wheels. If I'm passing some people, that I hope I am, or if I'm just trying to stick to wheels. It's hard. I know some people were falling back because it's tough. The maneuvering was tough. Most people seem to choose either the left or right hand side. Not many were trying to go in and out because in the middle section there was a little bit bigger rocks. So, oh, there we go, 400 watts. I see a light. I see a car. We are still in the gravel section because I can see it. I can see how this is going, and since we have someone on the left-hand side, I know we are still in the gravel section. I believe they were taking pictures of us in that portion of it. But look, I am behind someone. That's awesome. That's good news for me. I am saving energy, or at least I think I am, because look, 300, 450 watts. So now I am on the road. I know I'm on the road, and we are coming up to that really, really steep hill. Just by the watts I'm putting in, and you can see the grade starting to come up. I see someone getting up on their bike. The person to the right as well is getting up to the bike. 3% grade. Again, it's way harder than that. I think there's something wrong with the grade percentage right there. 9 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour. Hey, I think I just finished it. I think I reached the top of that little hill. And now we're going downhill, and I want to make sure, look, 600 watts. Making sure I close the gap. I don't want to lose any wheels. I don't want to lose the lead group. I know I can do it. I need to put in these efforts now before that gap grows and grows. And one big thing that I felt like I've learned in the past week, 2 weeks, and I've been trying to put this in practice with the Route 1 Velo Scorcher and our Saturday and Sunday rides, is to, as soon as I see that gap opening up, I need to put power and close that as soon as possible. Don't wait. React quicker. Because sometimes I just watch, and then I'm like, oh, I need to go now. And guess what? If I would have done that 5 seconds earlier, I wouldn't have to put that big of an effort. So, just little things that I am trying to improve in. I need to remind myself. I know Sam right there went on the left-hand side to me, doing a great job moving up. Sorry about the footage here. I wish I would have leaned forward and just used my hand to wipe it down. I really was not thinking about the camera at this point. I was really just focused on staying with everyone because I know these sections are going to be tough. They're going to be fast, especially now that we're going to be making the right turn. This is the rolling hill sections. You feel like you are in a forest. It's beautiful. It's awesome. And that's what's going to happen. I know there's going to be some downhill portions where I'm hoping maybe some people will stop pedaling and I can climb up the peloton. But unfortunately, that doesn't really happen. It's everyone's just moving fast. Look, 500 watts, going 26 miles an hour. 400 watts, 413. Finally taking somewhat of a breather. Sam doing a great job in pushing that. Now look, we're going downhill. 32 miles an hour. Putting power to make sure that I'm using all this momentum to make these rolling hills easy. And we're going fast. Look at that, 32. Thank you, Drops, for clearing up somewhat the camera lens for us. But look, 36 miles an hour. Going straight down. Jesper's to the right. Sam's to the left. 600 watts, 700 watts. Going up this, Sam, incredible job up there. I know he's on the left-hand side of me. Everyone just leaves me behind. And I know why this is power to weight ratio. My weight was a little bit lower. I know I have the power, but this is where I know it's tough for me. I have to put in more power to try to keep up with everyone. So, again, this is the section where I am trying not to lose that group. I am trying to stay calm. I am putting in the efforts, making sure that I am drafting off of this person who I can't see their bib number. So, again, trying to be smart. I think they're trying to tell me to help them and do a pull. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to do it. And that's what we're doing right now. Again, making sure that now is the time to use this power energy, because it doesn't matter. I need to make sure that I'm with them to be smarter for what's left, which is going to be a whole other lap. There, I'm with Sam. Awesome. Great. Mission accomplished. Next to the Kopi person, 662. Awesome. Good. Feel great. Positive. I forgot this section. You saw that we were going 36 miles an hour, and now I'm cranking up a lot of watts. This is probably the longest uphill portion of the race. It's not as steep as that little hill, but it is longer. And I felt like in this lap, I probably took it the best, because I was able to carry that momentum, not have to press on the brakes. Or if I did, it was really just stop pedaling to make sure that I had enough room. And look, I'm there with them. I feel like I am rested. I remember feeling like I was rested. But now when we make this a left turn, so we did the chicane, right, left. This is all uphill as well. And look, I'm making sure, again, putting in 700 watts, now down, building it back up, because I want to carry the momentum, and everything is right here, making sure that I stay with the group. It's tough, especially because I know, again, the accordion effect. I can easily get dropped knowing that the pace is probably going to pick up. Again, it's not raining anymore. We're going into our third lap, so we've had everyone's feeling more comfortable with their bikes, with the course and everything. So I know it's going to get faster and faster as we go. So we're going into the straightaway. Again, there's probably going to be 200 meters left at this point. So again, we're going to get to the start finish. We're going to have the sharp right turn. In this sharp right turn, I know there is a person that falls. I hear them. I hear the gasping of everyone that's cheering us on in that corner. And they did a great job. I guess they slid, got up, picked up the bike, did a cyclocross, just move of climbing back on the bike, and good. They were good. I never even saw them fall. So great. I'm glad that was that, and nothing serious happened. So great job to whoever that person was, and I'm glad nothing happened, that they were able to just jump right back in and probably not lose any spots whatsoever. So here we should be going up. I knew I said it was probably like 400 meters, but clearly it was way longer than that. Um, we should be a lot closer now. So I'm gonna go with probably like 300 meters at this point. The sign should be coming up. I know there's a white house to the left-hand side, and I can already see the tree line. So we are close. Again, 2 years ago, people forgot where the finish line was, and I recognized the white house, and I was like, no one's going. I should go like now. I wish I would have waited maybe like 2 more seconds. Because first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way down to like 10th place, we were so close together. But yep, now we are definitely very, very close. The sign should be coming up for 200 meters on the right bottom corner. Shout out to this number 666. I know we spoke afterwards. During the podium and everything. So let's see who that is. Ooh, from Potomac, Maryland. Nick Kalenko over there. Wow, great job then, because if you were over there and you managed to move your way up a lot. So great job, Nick. Holy cow. So now here is the finish line. So we're hearing the bells. We are going into our last lap. Awesome. Here we go. Again, be careful with this turn. We hear someone. People yelling out, right turn, right turn. Again, it was raining. Probably oils that came up, making it slippery. Monica, huge shout out right there again. Thank you so much for cheering us on. Woo! Cheering all of us Route 1 Velo on, and Sean. And here we go. It's hard. People are digging in 500 watts, 600 watts. Look, holding that effort for a long time. And this is going to be going at it. One thing that I forgot to say was that, unfortunately, my back GoPro, again, the gravel section must have knocked the camera or the battery of the camera loose. It stopped. And then it starts magically recording when I set the bike down. And the front camera, the battery drains, and we don't see part of it. Again, so I really thought that these I forgot what type of batteries they are, but they're the longer ones, the ones that are supposed to last a little bit longer. I thought they were going to last the whole race, and it didn't. So we're missing probably like 10, 15 minutes of it. But I do have footage from the final sprint thanks to Sean Horahan, Matt's dad. So we'll see that later on to see how that all ends up. But here it is. It's fast. It's feeling already faster and faster. Again, people feeling comfortable, knowing what's going to happen in this course now. It's our third lap. So we've learned. this is going fast. You can see it. Everyone putting down more power, making sure that they are sticking to wheels and everything. Jesper does a great job in going to the right hand side and starts moving up. I was thinking about following him, but again, you can see how that road, even though I am right now to the right, it just widens, narrows, widens, narrows. People are going right, then they're pushing towards the left. It seemed like a good option at some points, but again, I see Jesper right now. He's close to me. Jeff is to the left over there. Again, holding his wheel, doing a great job for the majority of the race, for just staying up there, working hard, working incredibly hard and smart. Great job. Ooh, there's a touch of elbows, wheels, a lot of movement up there. Again, people right now at this point trying to make moves, making sure that they're doing what they can to be able to move up. But everyone is so squished in. There's really nowhere to go. You just gotta make sure that you don't go back. All right, so we are coming into a left-hand turn, and we're going to start, for the most part, descending to head into the gravel section. So, real quick, my plan at this point is, I know that we have some very strong people that most likely have, for the most part, been conserving more energy because of the weather and how this race has developed. So I'm pretty sure that the gravel section is where people are going to start attacking. They're not going to wait until past the gravel section of the hill portion, the steep hill portion. I have a strong feeling, again, it's going to be in the gravel section. So my main focus is, I know my teammates, and I know them very, very well. So from the people that I see, Jeff has been doing a great job in his position. Jesper, I know he is strong. He has a cyclocross bike. He does great in those sections. He's strong, period. As well as Jeff and Sam. Sam is very, very strong. I know he's behind me or around me. So let's hopefully drive a train. And my angle is since Jeff and Jesper are in front of me, I'm going to follow their line. I'm going to really make sure that I am turning with them, and I am going to put all the power that hopefully I can produce to be right behind them. That's the plan. That's in my head. We got this. I know I'm not going to go wide right. I'm going to go middle or the inside line. Make sure that I have my eyes on Jeff and Jesper, and everything will be good. Put down the power, make sure I'm there, so I am not wasting energy trying to chase everyone back and to lead the group. So here we go. Here starts the descent. Here's a slow down sign on the right bottom corner. We just passed it. I know the flag people, the volunteers are going to be the left coming up. So again, I start yelling out, hey, right turn into the gravel section. It's here. Now it's definitely here. And again, I see Jesper. I feel great. All right, I've got one of the two that I said. Awesome. Boom. I got it. And then this happens. I was really ticked off because that was brutal for me. At first, again, I saw the red jersey from, what is it, Otterhouse, I think it is, cuts me off. I understand why. Something happened on the left-hand side. Now looking at the footage, it felt like to me at that particular point, oh, I missed my exit. Let me just veer off and do this. I know something happened to the left as I resaw this footage. He just turned hard right. Unfortunately, that was my line. I had to slam on the brakes. I had shifted down, so I was not in the right gear. Of course, as the second I put down power, it's ka-ka. It sucks. I lose all momentum. I have lost the group. I am chasing down people. I think I'm doing a good job. I can't tell you that because of all this mud. But look at this. I'm doing 370 watts. Looking back at this, I am very proud of myself because I worked my butt off to try to close the gap, to try to make it back to this group. And with my muddy lenses and everything, I just saw them going farther and farther. And even though I was putting 300 watts, 350 watts, 250 watts, trying to hold as much as I can, like my speed was actually going up. It was at 26 miles an hour going into the gravel section. That's awesome. That's perfect. But these guys were just flying because, again, I knew with everyone and how the race was going, this was going to be the section where the race was going to split. And the people that had saved energy or are very strong, feeling strong, whatever the case is, they were going to do it. At this part right here, luckily, as you can see a little bit, I'm on the right-hand side and everything. And Parker Gardner from NCVC just comes by me and says, like, hey, do you want to work together? I'm like, heck yeah, that's the only way. And I remember saying to him, that's the only way we're going to catch him. Once we get out of the gravel section, which should be soon, he tells me, like, hey, how many, like, seconds do you want to hold the pull and stuff? To me, it's like 20 seconds at this case. Reality is I put a lot of effort. I'm huffing and puffing. Because, again, I've been putting on a lot of work after, what now? 28 miles, 29 miles, doing 300 watts and stuff. So heart rate felt good, but I know I'm feeling it, and I know there is the steep hill coming up. So we just got out of the gravel section. I saw that. Now we're in the road. This is when Parker tells me how long pulls, I say like 20 seconds to try. Honestly, I'm just trying to go hard, do whatever effort I can. If it's 20 seconds, great. If it's 1 minute, even better. But just have that rotation going and stuff. It's tough. I know at this point, I remember him saying something to me. I know Sam at some point gets a cramp. I don't know if Parker gets a cramp or not, but going into the steep hill, it was just tough. I honestly felt like I was going 1 mile an hour and putting in a ton of effort. I had left everything in the gravel section trying to catch up to them. Surprisingly, look, I'm doing pretty well. I'm putting in more power than I actually thought, and I am going faster than all the other laps. But trust me, when I'm telling you this, well, now you go 7 miles an hour. It felt like I was going 1 mile an hour. And look, I'm putting 500 watts. In that point, it did not feel like 500 watts because I'm going 4 miles an hour. It felt like I was going 1 mile an hour and pushing like 50 watts. And I remember once at the top, man, I was tired. I was huffing and puffing. And I look back, Parker's not there, Sam's not there, I'm by myself, and all I know is that I got to put my head down and just keep going. Hopefully they'll catch up to me and we can work together as a team again. Or the other option is people fall behind and I can reach them and we can work together, and Sam and Parker will reach that group and we have a bigger group, and maybe by some miracle we can catch the lead group again. Again, hope. That's all I can do. But mentally tough. This is the part where you just got to be mentally tough. You got to work hard. It's easy to quit. Trust me. There's points in this race at the beginning where I just wanted to quit. Just pull on the side of the road and say, you know what? It's not safe. Let's not do this. But I don't know. The environment, just being there with those people, talking to all those racers around, cheering each other on, hearing Monica scream, yell, just gives you that extra energy of like, hey, I'm already wet, I'm already muddy, we're having fun. That's the whole point. We're having fun. Let me push myself and see my limits. Okay, who cares if I come in last place? I managed to finish, I didn't get pulled out. Great, let's do it. So again, it's tough. And in this portion exactly, it was a long straightaway. I know I'm coming up to the right turn, and when I'm doing this and I don't see anyone ahead, I mean, if I recall, I do not see the lead team or the lead group. It is just empty, and there's no one that seems to be falling back. It hits you, man. It really, really hits you. But again, you just got to be mentally tough and push through it. And all right, let's see this as a training race. Let's see how hard I can ride by myself. And who knows? Again, there's so much left. Maybe like 5 miles left. To be precise, right now, by the camera, it's going to end in 3 minutes. Because again, the battery dies on me. But it's just a reflection of everyone. Hey, if you're doing a race and you get dropped, it happens, man. You might not have your best day. You might have had a strategy. The race didn't go the way that you thought it was going to go. You should have put more power down in this section. You should have started off in the front instead of the mid pack or back. All these what ifs, you just got to put it aside, put it in the back of your mind, and really just work hard. And in this case, yeah, it sucks. I'm trying to do the best I can, 27, 28 miles an hour. Take little breathers here and there. I know it says the BPM is 159. It definitely didn't feel that way. I felt like I was huffing and puffing. I'm happy to see right there that I'm doing zone 5, VO2 max, and zone 4. So, hey, happy and proud of myself of, again, just pushing. Sam catches me, Parker catches me right there, and we start working together. That's awesome. Look, I'm in zone 6. Great. Why? Because those guys gave me that energy, that extra push that I needed to just go harder. Sam, when he passes by me, I remember him saying, come on, David, let's go, let's go, let's go. Again, I want to be there for my teammate. I want to help him out as well. If we can close any gap, get closer, great. If we can come together and just help each other get there quicker, perfect. That's awesome. That's what we need to do as a team. And right now, the team is Sam, Parker, and myself. And we actually start catching up to people and we pass them. And we tell every single person that we're passing, like, hey, jump on. The majority weren't able to. We did a great job of just pushing each other. And look, 300, 400 watts going into zone 7. Awesome. Parker helped me out by sticking to Sam. I noticed that he's struggling, so I go ahead of him to help him to draft off of me. And we're moving closer, steady to Sam. Sam is doing a great job at looking back, making sure that we're there. I'm carrying the momentum. I know Sam's already done a few extra seconds than those 20 seconds that we did to just try to help him, give him a breather. He's taller than me. I don't know how much draft I'm helping him out, but I'm trying my best. Again, I know it doesn't mean much to maybe anyone, but I am proud of myself of still, look, I'm pushing and going zone 4, zone 5, 6, 7. Us working together helps tremendously, not just mentally, but really the draft. Look at this. I'm going 160 watts, 300 watts, 400 watts, knowing that they are putting probably easily right there, Parker being in the front, 100 watts more than we are. We're moving. We're cooking. I know around here we catch another person. They weren't able to stick on. We are working great as a unit to try to make the best finish that we can. We know it's not first place, and especially being so close at this point, it's not going to be first place. But we're going to be working hard. So I know the camera is going to be cutting off soon. I have great footage. Thank you, Sean Hurahan, Matt's dad, for sharing this. Look at me. I'm doing another pull. Because with super, super great excitement, Matt does a great, great job. Has an amazing sprint. Is so close to winning the race. And he comes up in third place. And here we go. Here's the footage. Boom. First, second, third. And then Jesper comes in 12th place. Later on, I can tell you what the other ones. But look at this. Photo finish. Great job, Matt. Super proud of you. Super proud of Jesper, of our whole team. Incredible job. Thank you so much. I'm going to put some footage right here of us finishing up the race that Monica took. How excited we are as a team to just have finished this Poolesville race. Thank you everybody for watching. I know the footage wasn't the best. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you like it.